Fear is not controlled, not easily. Rapidly, it can overcome the masses, an enormous and ever-expanding dark cloud that envelops and surrounds. Fear corrupts consummately. It leads humanity to apathy. It's responsible for atrocities, and that's what's gotten to me. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of those who are afraid of me, who look at me sideways as I walk down the street, because one day, one of those people is going to be a policeman, and I'm gonna get shot down like a dog without a leash. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm not even saying it's likely. I'm just saying it's what I'm afraid of. Some people would say that's not a rational fear, but that's just the thing. Fear is not rational. It is instinctual. It is not tangible. It is cerebral. And the human mind is feeble. A little green alien once said that fear leads to anger, that anger leads to hate, and hate leads to suffering. It's pretty profound for a Star Wars quote, and it certainly rings true. So let me ask you this. How would you feel if I was afraid of you? If I clutched my bag when I saw your face or called you a thug because of your race? Fear is dangerous because of the way it perpetuates. How have you perpetuated fear? Because you have. You might think no, but in your heart, you know. Have you had a passing thought about how blacks are needy or how Jews are greedy? Have you made an offhand comment about how Asians are infected by a virus they erected in a lab? That's something I heard from my own dad. You'd think that a man who's been discriminated against his entire life would understand why comments like that are not all right. But he's been blinded by fear. And fear is not controlled, not easily. As I speak, there are over 1 million Uyghur Muslim detainees who are being raped and murdered and strung up by their feet, all because of fear that they are terroristic beasts. But they're not. They're just people, like you and me. But if it was here, and you felt fear, would you advocate for their release? You'd like to say you would, but you don't know. Most people think that they would do what is right with the power of hindsight. That they would march for civil rights, but when the time comes, they are afraid of riots. Last summer, I saw a lot of friends take the wrong step. They fought against equality because they bought into fear. 3 evil letters, BLM, burn, loot, murder, that's what they hear. Because powerful men with powerful friends decided on a false narrative as a means to an end. And America ablaze is the message they send. Because fear is not controlled, not easily, and yet it is handed out so freely. Instilling fear is a piece of cake, and then all that's left are the seeds of hate. I kept being told that my city was in ashes, but when I went downtown, I just saw a joining of the masses, a group of people who wanted to rise up against fascists. But now that's all fading, and I'm afraid that people are going to forget. I'm afraid that we as a people are going to regress. I'm so fucking afraid. I'm afraid for myself. I'm afraid for my race. I'm afraid for my country. And maybe you should be too. Because if you're not afraid for me now, then when the time comes, who's gonna be afraid for you? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't tell you to be afraid. Maybe I've let my own fear overcome me. But as much as I try to fight it, fear is not controlled. Not easily.